not a game, it's a rich thing.
What's up, y'all? This is Tasha. I am back with another video. Thank you so much for stopping into my channel for another review of Love Without Borders. If you are new here, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button before you get out of here. Hit the thumbs up button and always comment in the comment section below. Especially this episode, y'all. I was like, we getting somewhere. Finally, we getting somewhere, and the show might be on to something. Although they're going to be off for a week and then they're not coming back until January. So hopefully January, we hit the ground running, and, things just, it looks like it's starting to get a little spicy, okay, especially down there in Panama, okay? But we're not going to get too far ahead. We just going to wait to see how things play out. But for now, let's talk about tonight's episode because, honey, I got some thoughts, okay? I got some thoughts. Let's start with Phil and Carmen. We didn't get a lot from them this episode. We saw it was day 11 in Ghana. Phil was going to apologize to Carmen because y'all remember when it ended last week, they were getting into a huge argument because she went to his Instagram without him sharing it with her. She asks, why he would insult her like that. He basically says, I just don't think it's fair that you kind of judge me based off of my social media. And she's like, no, I haven't. But he says he makes his sexy videos for entertainment. He is an entertainer, so it is all for fun. She says okay, but it's really not okay. But we gonna say okay, Carmen. She apologizes as well and says that, she still wants to get to know him. And in the future, when she tells him how she feels, she hopes he just doesn't take offense to it. So they okay for now. But not until Phil has to ask, so did you follow me on IG? Well, Phil, you got that many followers that you don't know if somebody new was following you. You didn't get the little notification saying that she was following you if she did. Yeah, anyway, y'all know she said no. She just wanted to IG stalk him. She did not want to actually follow him, okay? She just wanted to see what was popping, all right? Later on, we see that it's 77 days left on the visa, and Phil is like all excited. It's like they're going to the skate park, so he goes downstairs to knock on the door to get Carmen. And she says she comes to the door. You can immediately tell she is not feeling well. She lets him know that she is in pain, feels like she just really needs to throw up. He immediately, puts his things down, asks her how she's doing, starts to give her a foot rub. And I just thought it was really sweet that he was able to really kind of, because he seemed to be really excited about the skate park, but to just completely, disregard what was about to happen and know that he needed to care for her in that moment. So she said it made her feel really good that he did that as well. So let's move on to Gurleen and Shreyas, okay, y'all, over in Dubai. It was day 15 in Dubai. They went to the gym. We moved to day 17, day 18, and then day 20. I said, well, we just moving this show right on along. Hey, I can appreciate it. All right. So day 20, they are having a double dinner date with Shreya's cousin and one of his friends from the little barbecue pool party situation her first few days. His cousin asks how things are coming along in the new home. He says, they're good. She's basically working when he is sleeping because of the time difference. And they have not slept in the same bed so far, which, it's been, almost 3 weeks. I don't really see a problem with that because I don't really see that much chemistry from these two every time we see them on TV. So I'm not surprised. His friend is asking him, what is happening? Because you can meet a woman and sleep with her on the first night. Y'all should have gotten a one bedroom, basically acting like it's too much space. That's why nothing is happening. Sir, excuse me? His cousin asks if she is sexually attracted to Shreyas, and she's just like, can we pause on the questions? Because y'all coming in real hot with the questions, and I just need y'all to take a break with it. But Gurleen lets her know she wants to build more of an emotional connection first, and before, they proceed to actually sleep with each other. And, she kind of just asks them to cool it. So Shreyas, they kind of start going back and forth. Shreyas is really holding his own. He's standing up to his friend, standing up kind of to his cousin as well. And the friend is basically trying to find cracks within what they're trying to build that's not necessarily, I was going to say it's not necessarily there, but I do see, again, that there really isn't a whole lot connection. But the friend isn't seeing what we're seeing. Like, they've only had, from what we know, that one interaction with her. So it's like, why you coming in so hot when you really don't know how things have been going? This is the first time that they say this was the first time they've seen each other since the barbecue. So I'm like, can you just chill? But they have a full-on argument. I agree that the friend is completely out of line. Shreyas is explaining, I don't want to do the same things I've been doing before. You got to do different things to get different results. And quite frankly, at this point, while Gurleen has probably gotten on my nerve almost every episode, in this very moment right here, I would not have blamed her if she would have gotten up and walked out of that restaurant at that moment, because the friend was being totally disrespectful, totally inappropriate. It was like, this is not your place to be all in our business right now and acting like you know what the problem is between the two of us. Hell, we don't know each other enough to figure out what the problem is. So you think you know us enough to tell us what the issue is, and basically your solution is for us just to have sex. That's what it sounded like. Oh, guys. So Shreyas and Gurleen, they get back home. She says, I believe your friend had good intentions, but it was just a lot. Shreyas is telling her that, I was trying to have your back while we were there. And Gurleen butts in because she thinks him having her back was a problem. Even when they were at the restaurant and he was talking, she was like, no, I can handle myself. Okay, ma'am. But this is his friend and his cousin. It's totally appropriate for him to step in so that he can diffuse what's happening between the 2/3 of y'all. Like, so I thought him standing up for her, again, was admirable. I thought it was appropriate because of the other parties that were involved, but she had a problem with it. And I just wanted her to shut up in this moment. She says she wants to believe that they were matched for a reason, but it doesn't mean that she does not see the deal breakers. Girl, what deal breakers that you are seeing that you're not causing at this moment? Like, it's a deal breaker for a man to have your back and try to stand up for you in front of his friend and his cousin that he's known many, many years longer than he's known you these past 20 days, ma'am? Is that what you're saying right now, Gurleen? She is completely exhausting, and I'm single and I know how hard it is out here in these streets trying to date, but I see why she is single. Girl. So anyway, they go to bed. Shreyas says she was disrespectful and it's really stressful for him. And I just want Gurleen to understand that she's not the only person making a sacrifice. I feel like sometimes she thinks because she's the one that has moved and, left her family, that she's the one that's made this big sacrifice, and he is not making any sacrifices. But he is. Again, he just stood up to his cousin and his friend, who he's probably his cousin for his whole life. The friend, I don't know how long. But he's only known you for 20 days. He's moved out of his family home to make you feel more comfortable to be in an apartment with just the two of y'all. This man is making sacrifices as well. Like, you, Gurleen, child, pack your bags and stop wasting this man's time, because I just don't see it going nowhere. All right, we're going to move on to Brian and Dana. It is day 10 in Ireland. Brian says the most challenging part of living with a significant other is the clothes, because Dana brought a whole lot of clothes in her cow print suitcases. So they're going on a date. She's getting ready. She's like asking him, should I do, lashes or no lash? She just has one eyelash on. She's like, which one should I do? And he's like, well, you should do the one, without lashes. And she's like, oh, well, I'll do that next time because I'm already in the process of putting it on. Well, girl, why did you ask? You didn't really want the answer, okay? If you're just going to still do whatever it is that you want to do. But he says he likes women more in their natural beauty, and I get those vibes from him. It immediately reminded me of Married at First Sight. If y'all watched that, the San Diego that just went off, old boy who wanted, a beach girl because he was a beach boy environmentalist. That's what it immediately reminded me of, okay? So they then get to the restaurant. She says she's tired already, and he says that they may need to catch up on sleep. And it's like a little wink, wink, ha, 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 ha. Yeah, we're tired. That's the vibe I was getting. But I was reading the room wrong because we find out later on in the episode that they have not done the deed. But I surely thought y'all were kind of dropping some hints, okay? So they order food. The food looks amazing. They talk about sports that he's played as she starts to eat because she's ordering a steak. And he's like, ooh, I'm just, so happy that she has a natural, healthy appetite. And I was like, what? Who says that? That she has a natural, healthy appetite? I don't know what the girls is doing down there in Ireland, but over here, most of us, we like to eat. And we don't got a problem eating, okay? She says she didn't drink until she was about 27 years old. So most people don't believe that she is 38. And when she says her age, Brian is kind of like taken aback and he's shocked at how old she is. Granted, I'm 38 and 38 is not old, okay? But I mean, Dana, no offense, girl. Nobody's shocked that you 38 because you look like you in your mid to late 30s. That's all I'm gonna say. And ain't nothing wrong with that because I'm 38, so we good, okay? But he is shocked because he immediately starts thinking about them having a family. If we have a family, she's gonna be, 41 in just a few years. And I'm like, and if she is 41 with a 2-year-old, and what is your point, Brian? What are you trying to say exactly? He's completely getting on my nerves at this moment between talking about her looks as wanting a natural beauty, all of her clothes, talking about her eating and now her age. Like, Brian, I don't remember how old you are, sir, but you don't look like no spring chicken either. Okay, so I'm gonna need you to pipe down, take a couple steps back. Okay, just a little bit. Day 13 in Ireland, they're headed out to the farm again to feed the hens this time. That would be a hard pass for me. No, thank you. They get there. It's like 1 million chickens are ready to eat. Dana does not look like she's loving being on the farm because, she says chickens are a little bit wild and unpredictable. Okay, girl. I think Dana likes to play farmhouse, but not actually live on a farm and do farm duties. Like, oh, give me the cowboy hat, give me the boots, give me a little cute shirt that ties in the front. Absolutely, I can do this. But actually the work of a farm, don't sign her up for that, okay? So he has her shoveling hen poop and it is completely disgusting. And then Brian starts in again. He starts mocking her and it's like, oh, I thought she was some country girl from Montana. And he's like, now I think we basically taken a couple steps back because I guess he feels some kind of way that she's not 100% on board with his livelihood. Yeah, I don't like Brian. I officially don't like him. And I do think Dana kind of oversold herself a little bit with, oh, I could see myself living here. Oh, in 5 years, I could see myself having kids and being on a farm. Like, you gave all this like you were the farm girl, when in reality, sis, you not. You you the farm decor girl. Give you the outfits, give you a Marshall's Home Goods at home, give you somewhere that has the cute little decor you can put in your house to give your house farmhouse chic. That's what you want, but not really farming work, okay? But also, Brian, this is the occupation you have decided to do. That does not mean she's automatically signed up and on board to be farming, feeding chickens, and cleaning up poop, okay? That's all I have to say. Y'all are both low-key annoying. Him more than her, but they both kind of get on my nerves. So it's now day 16. They're eating breakfast. Dana is sitting here at the table, no makeup on. I was like, I'm sure he's probably said something to her, is just the first thing that came to mind because any other time we've seen her made up. Brian says that he's been pondering and his natural instinct is to take her under his wing because she's left her family, she's left her home. He wants to make her feel at home. But she is not physically something somebody he would typically go for, is what he says. So she asked, so there wasn't a connection in the beginning? And that's the same question I had, because ever since she stepped foot in the door, it has been all about the physical with the two of them. Like the kissing, the holding hands, the sitting in each other's lap, the sleeping in the same bed, the cuddling. Like, it's been all this physical. So it's like, why now all of a sudden you're not physically attracted to me and I'm not the typical girl you would go for? She said she felt blindsided, and I completely agree with her that this was completely out of left field, okay? He says that he wasn't sure if he even felt it in the beginning. It was just really the adrenaline. He was running off autopilot, and he really hadn't had a chance to pause and check in with himself, and now he has had that. So now she's wondering if anything is real, because, again, he's been putting it on hot and heavy, and at this point, Dana, you probably just need to pull all the way back, because he's going to continue to send mixed signals. And because you want this so badly, you may ignore the red flags. So where Gurleen is kind of making up red flags, you got some red flags that I don't want you to ignore with this man. Okay. She then lets us know that one morning she had to physically remove herself from being in the space with him because they were getting hot and heavy, and she did not want to cross the line of having sex. So I'm like, really, Brian? Like, again, since day one, it's been all about the physical. And I feel like the moment things changed when she said she was 38 years old, you saw it all over his face that he felt differently about her knowing her age. And that is effed up, Brian. And if you really had a thing about age, I'm not sure what the application process is like, but maybe you should have said that you didn't want somebody older than a certain age, so then you wouldn't be in this situation. Okay. So on over to Chandra and Naim in Panama City. Child, these two, let's talk about it. Okay. So it's day 3 in Panama. He's looking at Black Jesus. Next is day 6. They racing outside. And then we move on to day 9. Again, moving right on along, and I'm not upset about it. They go to a restaurant for dinner on a cute little rooftop. It's real, real cute. He says that in the perfect world, he gets to fall in love with his match and then fall in love with a new city. He tells her to order for him. So they have some margaritas that she ordered, and they talk. She asks about his mother. He says, yeah, I'll call her when we leave. And he asks about her parents, and she lets him know that her parents don't really know about what's happening, but they'll be going to her parents' house, her mom's house on Thanksgiving, which is very soon. So there's music playing at the restaurant, and he asks her if she's ever turned anyone down for a dance. And she's just looking at him like, don't ask me to dance. I don't want to do it. Don't even think about it. Okay. So he gets up, he starts to dance a little bit. She says she is teasing him, and then she's like, stop, stop, stop. I'm going to get upset. I'm like, girl, loosen up just a little bit, okay? But she says she doesn't want to dance in a place where other people aren't dancing. But if they were in a nightclub, absolutely. So then he keeps talking about dancing, if they were out and she was dancing and he wanted to dance, or if she was standing there and he wanted to dance, he would just kind of come up to her and start dancing. And she's like, no, that's you being pushy, and I don't like that. She says she just wants him to respect her when she says no, and kind of just leave things at that. Chandra girl, I'm going to need you to be a little bit more flexible if you want to have a partner. Everything is not going to go your way, honey. It was not that many people in this restaurant. You could have gotten up, done a quick little 2-step hip sway with Naim. It would have been cute and playful, and then y'all could have sat back down. Like, he didn't ask you to full out start twerking on him or doing the salsa. Like, he didn't ask for that, and you took things like way too far for no reason. I don't see how these two will work, because he just seems overly playful and she just seems to be serious about most things, and neither one of them at this point is kind of swaying to the other side of the other person. And it's just, I don't see this working either, but okay. So it's now 3 days until Thanksgiving, and Chandra tells Naim that there is no water at the house, and Naim is like, I need to go pee. So they're about to go to, I believe, a church or market or something, and he pees outside, and he's not even peeing in a private area. It looks like I think it was the Uber driver that was texting. I guess he was texting Chandra. I don't know. Because at the end of the episode, we find out that I think the Uber driver was her ex-child. Messy. All right. Anyway, it's 2 days until Thanksgiving. She's trying to prepare the ham. As she's trying to prepare the ham, talking about the ham being big and not fitting, he's basically making sexual jokes based on what she's saying. And she's getting pissed because she's like, he's just acting like a kid. I get it. It can be annoying. Nobody wants a joke about every single thing, but also lighten up some, girl. Please. So they then take a ride of what looks like a golf cart, but it actually has pedals. So they have to pedal to where they are going, which is, it seems like it's not a far ride. And they go find a bench to sit on and start talking. She tells him that he is pushy at times and he plays too much. And even in this very moment, he isn't taking her seriously, which I wish he really would have, because he's kind of proven her point. They talk about Thanksgiving dinner. She asks if he would mind if she goes to her mom alone because she just isn't ready. He gets upset because now he is uninvited to where she had already invited him. And he's like, I have already moved. I had left my job in the States. Like, and now for you to say that I can't come to be with your family, it's like, it's a lot. But also, Naim, nobody forced you to quit your job and go to another country to find love. So you can't put that blame on her, okay? She then kind of looks and is like, so I guess we should head back. And he looks and he says, no, I'm going to stay a little bit longer. Child, these two. So it's now Thanksgiving. Chandra, she goes to her mom's house alone, tells them Naim is not coming. And they're all kind of like, the sister's like, I took off work. I hardly get off work. And here I am and I don't see him. The mom was like, we were expecting to meet him. And she's just like, well, he isn't here because I kind of uninvited him. We then see later the previous day that she had invited him back to dinner, but he ended up saying no because she's just, you know, a little up and down with her emotions and how she feels. But he says he's no fool. He'll stick around to get to know her a little bit longer. But basically, he's going to enjoy his time here in Panama City one way or another. When we see him at a restaurant, you know, having drinks and shots with another man while he's, I guess, eating his Thanksgiving dinner. And I was like, Naim, you kind of said that as if you then gonna be flirting with other people, even though you living with a woman out here. That could get sticky, but let's just see how it plays out. And finally, we have Aaron and Mael. It is day 12 in Paris. Aaron is hitting his head on the light fixture because the place is so tiny. He video chats with Erica and says, you know, all these nice things about Mael. And Erica asks if they hooked up yet. I said, well, Erica, let's just jump into it then. Okay, girl? He says no, they haven't even kissed yet, although Mael is definitely ready to get it popping. He says he's attracted to him, but he feels if he fast-tracked the physical things that he may be sending a message that he is not ready to send. I can appreciate that. But Erica says that as humans, we need the physical touch, and he may need to just get out of his head. So she does recommend him to ask Mael for a massage because we know Mael is a masseuse, and just to see how his body feels connecting with him. So it's day 17 in Paris, and Aaron is updating Mael on his talk with Erica from a few days ago. He tells him that he does value physical touch, and he would like to see what happens with them being more physical, like holding hands. And he asks Mael to give him a massage. Mael gets overly excited. He is definitely ready and is like, this is my moment. I have arrived. This is what I've been waiting for. Yes. So he whips out that massage table in 2.5 seconds, y'all. Now Aaron is on the table, and I'm completely jealous in this moment because my back is hurting at this very moment, and I would love to have a partner who is a masseuse. Do you hear me? That would be life right now. Aaron says he's feeling hopeful because now he isn't feeling tense. He's much more relaxed. Mael is happy. He says things are now moving in the right direction. And then for the last of these two, we see that Aaron has to kind of give Mael a little lesson on what zaddy means, because he says zaddy while Mael is fixing him a slice of cake. And I'm like, child, I don't see them making it either, but you know, we just here, and we're going to keep taking this road with Love Without Borders. But next week, well, not next week, when it comes back in January, it definitely looks like it's going to get a little bit spicy, because that's when Carmen, not Carmen, Chandra tells Naim that the Uber driver was her ex or something, and then they look like they're in the club, and she dancing all on the ex while Naim is getting pissed and walking away. Child, I'm like, this right here is about to get good. And then it looks like Mael and Aaron got it on, and then he gets in front of Mael's parents and try to downplay the situation. Girl, I can't wait for it to come back in January. But let me know what y'all thought about this episode tonight. I'm happy it definitely picked up tonight, because y'all remember last week I was like, getting a little bit boring, but tonight was a really good episode. So let's chat it up in the comments below. Let me know how y'all feel about it. And of course, I probably won't talk to y'all again. So I hope you have a happy holidays, a Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you celebrate. I hope you celebrate it well with your friends and your family, or all by yourself if that's what you're feeling like this year. Okay, it's been a rough year. Do what you need to do for yourself. Okay, I love y'all. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.